Hello once again, and welcome to another episode. Yeah, that's right, another episode of the Monster Muse. We're on episode 5 now, I think, or episode 4. I think it's episode 5. At this point, we're swinging away. We're going along with it, going with the flow. It's great. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to make this monster. This was a fun one. Going back to one of my favorite editions in 4E, it had some really nice elements, and I think we should bring some of those back, is what I'm saying. So let's go ahead. We're going to dive right into this monster, starting with our poem, our limerick, which is not a normal limerick, which tends to be a little bit on the, I would say almost juvenile, almost, a little pervy side, I guess you would say. It's usually a little bit of a joke. Not this one, though. We did not do a jokey limerick, which was what I usually do in the past with limericks. But nope, this one is, I believe it was a defiant limerick, which is really strange when it comes to what a limerick normally is. But I think we got there in the end. It's pretty good. We made a pretty good monster. The art for the monster, let me just say, Griffins are hard. They're hard to make, hard to draw. I did not expect this to be a critique on my drawing skills, but here it is. So this is where I'm at now for my art. Honestly, could be better, could be worse. We'll see how it gets towards the end of the year as we continue drawing our little guys. But right now, this is our limerick for today. And we're going into our monster as well, called the Steelwind Steed. Once goblins raided from the west. Their attack put our walls to the test. I know not what they would seek, but they scoured Griffon's beak. Our feathered friends had an awfully good harvest. And that is a limerick. It's a very simple, very short little poem. Like I said, it tends to be a little bit on the lowbrow humor side of things, but today we did something different based on our roles. And that made me think of 4th edition, and what they used to have for some monsters was a steed. Excuse me. I have a cold thing going on today. Anyways, they had Steed classification. And monsters with Steed classifications were meant to be written as Steeds. And you would get a bonus for such a thing. So let's go ahead and get back here to our monster. We have our art, our expanded. We see here I attempted a Griffon. Not bad, I guess. Not great. But you know, it could have been worse. Really want to emphasize the Steed portion. They kind of got a rider in there. I could have maybe got the Griffon a little bit lower, maybe put him in a different position. I really wanted to emphasize the cat for some reason when making this drawing. So that's kind of what my brain was going. You know, it's okay. I'm happy with it. For challenging drawing as it was a learning experience. But we have our Steelwind Steed, also a Griffon. The large Monstrosity, Habit Wing are barding, so it has a higher AC, 15 with chainmail. Hit points and speed, all that stays the same as a Griffon would. The only main thing that mainly changed between this and a standard Griffon is it has the mount ability. While using the mount ability, the steed and the rider get benefits when they're together. If the rider's using a shield, the Steelwind Griffon gets a +2 to its AC. The rider can use a bonus action on its turn to have the Steelwind make a rend attack. The rider makes all saves against being dismounted with advantage. The Steelwind Steed counts as one size category larger when determining bonuses from such feats as mounted combat. So normally just a large creature. This would count as a huge creature when determining benefits for mounted combat, which is it gives a nice little advantage boost. Um, the Steelwind Steed adds its rider's proficiency bonus to all of its attacks and damage rolls. I think that's a big one in the end. It really helps the Steed become still useful, even in later levels of the game. If it's being ridden by someone with a high proficiency score, you're going to see that damage average go up significantly, and maybe possibly 15 damage, additional damage a round, which could be significant depending on what the rest of the combat encounter looks like. So that is our monster. This is our guy. I really wanted to make a mount this time and really bring that mount category back from 4th edition. There isn't really anything like that in 5e, and I really wanted to include something like this for 5th edition. It's something I would definitely consider using in my game. Because I think it adds benefit. It adds a different type of encounter for the players, giving them the opportunity to maybe capture a monster, to train a monster, using some of those animal handling checks, maybe using some crafting skills to make some saddles or some barding for their animal. We can really get in depth into this type of a game. So that's where we're at with this monster, and of course, it will be included with the comment section of our YouTube show. So if you're interested in using this monster or giving one of your players a little bit of a reward that is outside magic items, consider giving them out. Great for paladins. Great for anyone who wants to be interested in that mounted combat life. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're going to decide what our next poem is going to be. Let's go and pull everything up. We have our type. We have our vibe. Of course, we have several dice. Yeah. There we go. Let's make sure we're on the right camera. We want to make sure everyone sees the rolls. We want to be honest with our rolls here. 27. What is a 27? 27 is a taka again. I'm not opposed to that. Let's see what else we can find though. 65. Okay, an elegy, a free or structured laminate. Okay, that's different. Let's do an I think it's supposed to be eulogy, but I think it says elegy for some reason. Well, maybe it's different. So an elegy, laminating what? Oh, I'll show you my dice again. I think you can see that. It's a straight 80. A dirty 8, or natural 80, I guess you could say. That would be a laminating. I guess that fits. So we have a free or structured laminate. It's a laminating poem. I guess that goes together. Sebastian Crows. I was doing some prep for Drakenheim. Here's our monster manual. Flump. A eulogy or I could go either way. Let's do one more dice roll. It could be a flump or it could be a Formian. Formians looks like they're underdark creatures, cursed giants. Be good for lament. Yeah, we do Formian. Let's do Formian. Once famous for the magical aptitude, Formians are giants affected with a Fey curse. In their pride, they were tricked into invading the Feywild to claim its magic for their own. When the archfey rulers of that realm united, the Formians were turned back a curse with supernatural strangeness to make their bodies match their vile souls. You know, that sounds like a good eulogy or an elegy, I guess. I don't know what the difference is. I'll have to look that up. What is the difference between elegy and eulogy? All right, so I'll be back next week with that. Lamenting Women to Go. And we have new monster, new Farming for you. Sounds like a very emo guy, but we'll figure out what it is once we get the poem written. As always, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy this video. If you use this monster in your campaign in any way as a monster or as a reward for a player or just as something to boost your favorite NPC, please be sure to post something in the comments to tell us how it goes. I am always interested to see how these monsters play out in actual games. Hopefully your players or yourself have a good time, and hopefully it adds something to your combat, making things a little bit more challenging for everyone. All right, thank you again, and please stay healthy and stay